Like, you can tell he's trying to, like, remember this stuff to repeat for later. So, you're lost. Where are you going? He's like, hey, shut up. I'm just trying to make some money. Like, I don't know, like 5 shells? He like takes and is like, okay. He like pockets it, but it's like, okay. Thank you. Okay. Can I go? Oh, hold on. Y'all talk. Oh, damn it. No, hold on. Talk.
You said
My
y'all.
trident
Okay.
is really good at making people
Damn
not
it.
remember.
Okay. So for the last, like, whenever I started the stream, y'all been on mute. Because I didn't set the fucking headphones right.
Oh no!
You've done it again, Jackie.
So, hi, chat. How are you?
Hi, thank you, Cat Wolf. I really appreciate that, because that would have been, like, all on YouTube, just my side. So, not much has happened. We've introduced ourselves. They have ran into a boy fish person and are now interrogating him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's
I try to be
happened.
cordial, but my charisma sucks.
Yeah. And they're trying to leave the town just to meet up with people.
Just want to go home.
Okay. Back into it. I'm sorry. It's been a while. And I even told myself I better reset the Discord or the OBS for the headphones. Because I'm using different headphones. But whatever.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
We can all state it's been a day.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all are interrogating this guy. He's just asking, can I go now?
And we said yes.
Okay. They also handed the boy a gold, and he's like,
said,
thanks. And he
said,
yeah, like, roll insight, everyone.
You said everyone?
Yeah, everyone except
damn.
Croc.
I know shit.
Okay, Sandman and Avar, you can tell, like, when she gave him the gold, like, he was like, what do I do with this? Mm-hmm. Like, it meant nothing to him.
Right.
So, he leaves, he flees. He's not leaving, he's fleeing.
I told him to forget.
Rincy is not the same down here.
Mm-hmm. I know this.
Anyway, y'all get to the edge of the bubble and get out and are able to breathe fresh air.
I almost forgot what it smelled like. Your air.
And
to Draven and Luna. Hello.
So how was it?
They're crazy.
Oh, yours too, eh?
Uh-huh.
I almost
They,
lost a toe.
he almost lost a toe. I convinced him not to chop off the toe. Um, they thought we were noble and relatives of theirs.
Well, you leaned into the noble thing, right?
No, totally. Yes. That's how I was able to save his toe.
Emily was the more direct focus, it seemed.
So it is. I wouldn't say it's a very weird version of dusk, where the sun is turning to dusk, like nightfall, on an axis.
We have bubble helmets for you and Luna too.
Good, because we found the bubble man, but
Do you know the bubble man?
it takes days apparently to generate these bubbles.
Nah, makes sense.
Does it? It seems weird to me, but either way, it'd be nice to go home again.
Speaking of, I'm pretty sure I have an idea of a way back.
Wonderful.
The bubble man himself, he wants fame and wants to blow the biggest bubble, enough to float a ship that he has behind his shack. My thought is,
Right?
At what cost?
that we need to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The machinery around here, and he would point at some of the tracks and stuff from the sand crawlers, basically.
Mhm.
They run on oil, as you would expect, but apparently they run better on gold.
Hmm.
So when I offered him gold for the bubbles, it wasn't for money, it was for fuel.
Oh.
hmm.
And also, he seems to know about our weapons
Wait,
and the.
that's the second time. They knew about him when we first arrived at that town. And then that's actually the third time we were called the chosen ones by the people who attacked the town.
Let me lend you some insight. Actually, everyone roll insight
Yay!
with advantage. With advantage.
Okay.
Who are we rolling insight against?
Ourselves.
General knowledge.
22. Ava rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
Or 22.
So
19.
you guys can figure that gold is so rare, nobody actually knows what it is unless they are in the know.
Mm. So that boy runs back, gives whoever he's talking to the gold. They're gonna come for us.
Or
Unless
not.
they don't know.
Unless they don't know.
I'm sure they'd send someone out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we were followed on the way out here.
Did they leave the bubble with you?
Do what?
Did they
You
leave
want to
the
say that again from not so far a distance?
Sorry, I had my head turned. Did they follow you out of the water sphere or not?
No. He scared them off. Points to the lizard folk.
I wasn't trying to scare him. My interactions with the outside world are limited.
Your teeth don't help.
I
That's teethist.
know, right? So rude.
You've got so many of them, and they're big. You could look like you could eat the poor fish. He was just a boy. No wonder he was scared.
Was he smaller than the tuna we picked up in Tanmere?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have ate him.
So,
I was tempted, but it didn't seem appropriate.
as you guys are talking, the world has gotten darker. But it has immediately gotten 50 degrees colder.
Oh, I do not like that.
Yeah, you are starting to freeze.
I forgot to pack the warmth. Shit.
Is there a place I could? Is there a warmth area?
You can go back to town, or you can try and set up a tent for warmth.
I set up a tent.
Unless y'all don't have a tent. I don't know.
Are there any caves nearby?
Perception.
I will assist if it's possible.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Hooray for a natural 20.
23.
13.
Wait,
I was assisting, so I
Where's-
was trying to give him advantage.
Oh, roll. Go ahead and roll, Essie.
Okay.
When you... In this, I'm just going to say if you assist, you're rolling as well.
That's fine.
Okay. 24.
5e's weird.
Sorry.
Y'all find the cave. No, it's kind of a far distance, but guys can get there without freezing half to death.
I do have create bonfire, so I do have a way to keep warm.
Okay.
Hooray.
Y'all get there. Whoever has survival, go ahead and roll.
I have a +1, so not me.
Not me either.
I got this.
Okay. 14. Good enough. You guys
14.
start a fire well enough in the cave. And get a tent ready, and it's nightfall.
Are we taking watches? Of course we're taking watches.
Of course you are.
There's nothing safe. We're in a cave. There's no telling what's in the cave.
Exactly. Give me a minute.
Watch me need to warm.
Yeah. I'll be a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves.
So this bubble man, I in exchange for the bubbles he was gonna provide us, I had to since the gold wasn't enough, he wanted to know about the weapons. So I told him the story of my dreams, at least.
Oh.
And he was oddly moved, and as I've told you, I mean, the civil war of some variety under the water. I think he might have been in that war, or at least had relatives. I don't know how long ago this all took place.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows more.
Maybe. Maybe we should talk to him.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so who's taking watch first?
I will.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Damn.
11. Your watch goes by. Nothing really happens. Next person.
I'll take the next one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
And before taking official watch, if there are any like crab-like creatures or fish hummingbirds or anything, or bats, since it's nighttime, I will talk to them and ask them to keep an eye out for any ne'er-do-wells before taking my watch.
Okay. I'm guessing an animal, whatever you have.
Yeah, the spear lets me talk to sea creatures.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Just like Aquaman.
Just like Aquaman. But the whales.
Oh, great. He has all the same powers as SpongeBob.
It's a 14 persuasion.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
back in the cave,
Alright.
Draven tries to talk to a humming sardine.
Not the whales!
It's not a sardine, it's a crab. You find a crab. He goes, the only weirdos around here are you guys.
That's entirely fair.
Is the
I
crab
do I feel suddenly offended?
Unless you count
And
Nathan's.
probably just the not wind.
What's the crab's name is Sebastian.
The crab's name is Sir Crab. Sir Krabby.
Sir Krabicus.
Sir Crab McPinchy.
He goes, unless you count the mutants, but they're always here. Anyway, be seeing you.
Time to go to the crab rave.
So, perception. Well, that's really shitty.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh baby, no.
What is
I got invited to the crab rave apparently.
what is your AC or unaware?
5e doesn't have an unaware,
I
so my
know.
AC 16.
Okay, it's just advantage. I know that.
Yeah.
How much damage can you take?
Oh no.
I have hit point max of 31.
Okay. Okay. Roll Constitution. Save.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, where is it? Right here. That's charisma.
No.
Not that.
We're all higher than that. Come on now.
Please.
Oh, well. You're
God's
knocked
sake.
out. You feel a dart land right on your neck. And you're like, how did that get there? And the last thing you see are shadowy figures as they approach. Everyone, it's dream time. Essie,
Jeez.
you dream of your most depressed moment in your life. Which I assume would be the time you left the Feywilds.
Yes.
Can you describe what happened as you left the Feywilds?
Essie was a little girl when she left the Feywilds. She was holding the bracelet that she had just taken, and she was fleeing for her life. She returned before she returned to her parents, but her parents weren't home, so she continued to flee until she found her way out of the Feywilds, and she got lost, and she didn't know where she was anymore.
Okay. Everyone in the group sees this.
She is sitting on the ground crying when she gets out of the Feywilds and she realizes she's lost.
And that's where the dream ends. Avar. Sorry, I know, my boy.
It's fine.
He's playing. Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
So, Avar, you dream of the time you were your most hungry and you could not eat.
The dream sees Avar sitting at a table, in a very fancy dining room. Avar looks around and the room's pretty much dark. There's just a single place setting for him, with what looks like a small treacle tart, with a single candle in it.
Okay. I'm gonna add on that there are others around that are watching you and making sure that you do not eat. And the dream is. Okay, Krokvar. Think of a time you almost drowned.
So, child Draven is out playing along the coastline. Hasn't quite learned to swim, much to the disdain of the elven tutors that he has. And one of the school bullies, in playing a game of tag, decides to shove him into the water. It's the bank, it's shallow enough he could stand, but the tide's rolling in and sweeps him out past where he can get a footing. And as the pure elven children laugh and carry on about their merry way, The tutors stand disapprovingly as he gulps seawater, and a single wave of the tide rolling in actually pushes him back to the shoreline, where he coughs up all the seawater he had accidentally swallowed, gasping for air. As the tutors pick him up to administer punishment for the rowdy behavior unbecoming of a student.
And the Dreamits. Sandman. Have I given you a special weapon yet?
Go.
Okay. You don't see any of this yet.
You're not special enough.
You will be there.
Am I
Soon.
ever special?
Now.
I don't have nightmares?
Now, along with that dream, all of you see a young person of black hair, very pale, working in the mountains of Novistrad. And he's doing his best, but you can tell he's not as strong as others. And he's getting incessantly bullied by the others of his age. The adults don't do anything for him. And he picks up a rock and attacks one of the older boys. And he maims him. And he is apprehended but encouraged from there on. And that dream ends. And you all wake up. You are all tied next to a big bonfire. Yes, you are all tied up next to a bonfire. You all can speak if you wish.
Looks to the other two, other three.
Mr. Krabs. What?
Wake up! She nudges him.
You guys see a dart in Draven's like neck.
Draven.
I didn't see.
Well, obviously.
Draven will obviously try to pull against the ropes and see if there's anybody else standing around.
Okay, you guys do see a crowd at the bonfire, kind of milling about. You don't.
What about our weapons?
You don't see them. You don't really see their faces because they're all kind of. The night is very dark. And the air feels weird here. You hear a voice go, "They're woken up. They're awake. They're awake." And one of the figures comes up, and he's hooded. You can't really tell his face. Goes, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
We're just people trying to find our way.
Oh.
We were sucked down from the surface. We're just trying to find our way back.
He takes out your staff, Essie, and goes, "We found this on you.
Yes, it's mine.
So you are the chosen one."
I don't know about that, but it was list to me? We were supposed to find her in the tower. And we were on our way to that tower when we got sucked down here.
He removes his hood, and you see that is a fish, but mutated with 3 noses.
Doesn't seem taken aback.
This guy must have a phenomenal sense of smell.
Perception from all of you.
Perception.
Perception.
That's a 10.
Hey.
Okay.
11.
Yep. 5. Avar is hungry. Or Avar rolled twice. Okay. Anyway, who hasn't rolled?
I got a 19.
Oh, everyone rolled. Okay, sorry. The picture's not showing up for some reason. Draven, you'll notice that you're actually in the cave. You're not outside or anything. You'll notice that the smoke rising from the fire is hitting the ceiling and like moving out. And the fishman goes, "We need your help. If you truly are the foretold ones."
Can't do it, Ty.
Hell of a way for asking for it.
Well, kind of way to sneak up in our territory.
We didn't sneak. We walked up here. We weren't quiet in the least.
Have you seen the tall one? He couldn't sneak to save his life.
He was very sneaky earlier.
Okay. He goes, "Well, precautions as they are, the royals shoot first and ask questions later. We figured we would do the same to you in case. You were at the royals' palace.
We were a crazy bunch.
Indeed, but again, you were having tea with them.
Well, it's either that or be killed.
We are
Yeah.
at your mercy. What would you ask of us?
We ask that you help us lead a coup against Ultar."
Eyebrow raise.
Huh?
But I was just like, eyebrow raise.
Okay. Untie them, and they the other people around come around and untie you guys.
As soon as Draven is untied, so his hands are free, he won't make any sudden movements, but you don't work for the sharks that attacked the first village, do you?
No. They're punks, to say the least. They work for whoever pays them most.
Very well.
We just want our land back. See the sun again. We were driven here by Ultar and his forces 20 years ago. And we've been trying to find a way out above, but it's taken too long.
Well, I mean, sort of group huddle here a little bit. They do seem kind of desperate to go to 4 people that may or may not have just looted 4 artifacts off of some other chumps in a vague attempt to depose an authoritarian dictator.
Are you saying that in a group huddle or talking freely?
Avar would probably put his back to the very smelly fish.
Okay. So, are you whispering or are you not whispering?
Yeah, I'm trying not to be heard.
Okay. I will say you are not heard.
She starts fidgeting the bracelet. I'm ready to get out of there here. I mean, if helping them gets us out of here.
What was this land like before Altar?
Beautiful. The bubble of water wasn't there. It was nice.
So the whole lands were filled with water.
Yes. He filled it because for some reason he filled it to make others feel bad about their status. He said the only people who should freely breathe air is him and the royals.
Well, that didn't seem right.
Correct. My name is Shindo, by the way.
Essie, it's a pleasure.
My father was in charge, but he was disposed of.
Shindo, do you
Yes.
have more of a plan than just asking us for help?
Well, we have informants. And ways to get into the city unseen.
So the little child with the black and white stripes, your informant?
Yes. He was scared when he came back, albeit nobody else wanted to take the job on because, well, it's suicide if you get caught.
He got caught by us, but no one else.
Exactly. That's why we trust you.
Because we let him go?
Yes. Others wouldn't.
No, we're not out to kill anyone.
Draven immediately looks down at the ground.
Bodav just shifty eyes a little bit.
Avar's also looking away.
Essie's not.
You mentioned seeing the sun again. Was it always the dragon?
Not always. Well, for a long time it's been the dragon, but ancient times the dragon was, suppose, above the surface before it was forced down here. But it's been down here for a very long time as the sun. In heat source.
Right, right.
We didn't talk about much when we saw the king. He was curious about what was going on the surface, but I mean, was he even really curious about the surface?
He's more keen on just ruling than most.
Yeah.
Or,
Maintaining his status, as it were.
Yes.
Ugh, I know the type.
I was uncomfortable around him the whole time.
yes, he's unluckily not the worst of it.
He didn't have others with him.
Visitors,
Mm-hmm.
unlike you guys.
Yes, unlike us. There were others.
So, what would you wish to have as a payment?
A way back to the surface.
Please.
It Mother just adds, please.
Please. Well, there is one way through the caverns, but it's deadly. Seems to be. It goes to a place called the Underdark, and I'm trying not to send my people down there.
That's fair.
But I can tell you how to get there.
That would be grateful.
He passes some stew to all of you. He goes, if you are hungry.
I think we turn around good before Bodav's bowl is gone.
What?
Or at least the contents of it.
Takes our time to eat.
Okay.
Well, Bodav has wolfed it down.
Okay.
Avar's gonna try to use the fork so we can learn what's in the stew.
Okay.
And then realize eating stew with a fork isn't really work.
Surprisingly, as you do that, it holds water like a spoon.
What black magical sorcery is this? Did they finally invent the spork down here?
He invented the spork. And it is an artifact. You try it,
What's
and
the spork? Because it was already a spork. Spear fork. Now it's a spork. It's a spork.
yeah. You try it, and it's warm chum. So, chewed up fish and whatever else.
I kind of wish I didn't.
But it satisfies your thing. Kind of. Whoever's trying it, roll Constitution. Okay. Okay.
God, if you're
Not Avar. Don't try and ruin it with your jokes, dear. We're not. This is not going to go well.
no, it's gonna go rare.
So just for reference, Avar's immune to disease.
Okay. Well, Avar is not immune to nauseousness, which he is now. Essie, you're able to get a spoonful down, but are like, I can't anymore.
I can't do this.
And Draven, it brings you back to those good old fisherman days of being on the boat with your father. Bodav, you try it once, you are done.
Nope.
This brings back so many memories.
How?
Bodav will hand you his bowl.
I spent most of my years on the water.
That's fair.
Seeing the company he's with, he will avert his eyes a little bit. I mean, we ate what we caught.
I can understand that.
If they let me use the fire, I'll cook up a little something for us.
Sure.
I just realized I just ate from the chum bucket.
You did. Plankton. What do you cook?
So I'm actually going to use the part of the chef feat, so it is going to take a little bit. But I can prepare 4 little portions of food that when you eat it and spend 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points, you get an extra D8. But I'm just using it to make food.
Oh, okay. What do you got for ingredients?
Rations. Maybe I'll try to cook a little bit of the chum so that it's medium rare or well done, whatever's close enough.
Okay. So you cook some rabbit and rations, and you make something edible. Or at least better on your palates.
That was good.
So,
So,
no, go ahead.
a coup to drive out Oltar and his forces. Is he the linchpin holding the rest of the royals together?
No, by far not. He is one of the lower rungs, but he was granted a city.
So we'll likely piss off more, but at least your people would be free.
For the most part, we'll have to get ready for battle once we take over the city. But it'll be ours.
With your informants, have you been able to sway any of the other royals? to your
No.
cause?
No. Royals do not care for us.
What constitutes being a royal versus just one?
Being born of, I don't know, perfectness. You can see, how we are, our defects, They're
Yeah.
pure fish.
I'm sure they have their own defects. They're hiding them. Not everyone is perfect.
You said one of them was a dolphin, right?
Otar was the dolphin.
That's not even a fish.
You tell that to them.
Am I the only one that thinks this idea is not smart?
Oh, it's a terrible idea, but I mean, it sounds like a good story.
I understand their plight, but what's stopping the other royals from sending their men to quash the rebellion before it even has a chance to start?
Well, we are quite far from other places. And like I said, we would have to more or less barricade ourselves once we take over the town. Yes, it is.
Easier said than done.
Hmm?
Easier said than done.
Exactly. But it beats living down here and getting hunted by Underdark. We fight for our place. I'd rather fight for my own place than this.
I understand that.
Bodav will defer to the others in this one.
I'm all for it, but I'm only one person.
I'm willing to help, but I think we need a better plan than try and come up with something.
Smarter plan than just murder.
True. I could talk to him. We haven't talked in a long time. Maybe they forgot.
Oh, they probably have.
Maybe if you get me a bubble, they could think I'm a royal.
We have extras. It'd take a couple of days. Am I right?
What's your stance on Rugmuck?
The bubble guy. Trustworthy, to say the least. But, big ambitions. He wants to fly to the dragon.
Not too dissimilar to what we wish to do, I suppose.
You guys want to go the opposite way.
We want to go up.
Or you guys want to go down to go up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Going up
There,
would only get you to the dragon and killed at that.
Bodav. Poke. Bodav. Oh no.
Sandman, you there?
Down here.
Okay,
Okay.
she's talking to you.
I thought. Sorry, I thought she was talking to the guy.
The guy's name is Shindo.
You're Bodav.
You're Bodav. You came up with the name.
I thought she was talking to fucking Jesus.
It's okay.
It's almost bedtime.
I am having a time. Anyways, what was the question?
I hadn't asked it yet.
Oh.
So how did you get down here?
I don't entirely remember what happened. I remember being by a lake. I was tracking a beast. I slipped and fell into the lake. Next thing I knew, I'm down here.
That land shark is probably still up there too.
Possibly.
I'm gonna fight it.
I know you're gonna fight it. I know this. We can't stop you.
Well, Draven has to fight it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But the shark people are mercenaries. We could just pay one to fight Krokvar, right?
That doesn't count. They have to be shark demon people.
The Carcharodons.
Either
So,
way.
are we helping?
I honestly would take great pleasure in overthrowing a government that looks down on the folks unlike them more than you know.
Me too. But you know why?
More than you realize.
Okay. So he will. What's his name? Shindo will go with somebody, and you guys to the capital with a bubble, and try to convince Ultar to change his mind. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. Anything in preparation before this happens? You guys have 2 days.
Okay.
I like to get my
Draven.
shit back first.
I'm gonna try and work on start the depression bit. Cause nothing better than being like, oh bother. You know, you're trying to convince somebody.
Do you guys talk about that dream you guys had?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't say shit.
In separate conversation away from Shindo.
Right.
Well, even then, I still can't say shit because I didn't have this apparently.
Yeah. Not yet. Soon.
I mean, we already said the dreams out loud, so Draven will communicate to the group about the bullied upbringing.
Mm.
Is Arnell around?
There's what?
Arnell.
Arnell?
Yeah, she's there. I'm just having her like in the background. right now.
Kind of like in real life.
Yeah.
You know, with exception to Arnell, elves kind of suck.
They do tend to be rather pompous.
As much as I resemble that remark, they can.
Said they tend to be.
I mean, look at you, Croc. You're half elf and you're like half asshole.
Check out this hat. And he will pull out the fancy captain's hat with the glass shards glued to it.
That is a very fancy hat.
Oh, I'm
It's-
touched you kept that.
It's a hat.
But it's a very verbose hat.
For what now?
Verbosa.
What is verbose?
It's a very pompous hat.
Why did you say that in the first place? You city folk confuse me.
She just looks at the bracelet sadly.
Why do you keep that if it makes you sad?
Last time I saw my parents.
I see.
Guess you guys saw my birthday party.
That was your birthday
Yeah.
party?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, I was like 10. It was before my parents had a change of heart. Not a lot of Novistrad folk, particularly like orcish descendants.
I must have missed it. Or I didn't really see anything in my sleep.
Well, you see, we were blessed with items. That's why they call us the chosen ones down here.
I was about to ask about that.
So yes, we have weapons that were blessed upon us.
I mean, I first got stabbed by mine, so I don't know if that's.
Butt,
I
fork,
found-
butt, fork, butt, fork.
But for
You got stabbed by your own weapon. Did you trip on it?
No, it just sort of stabbed me in the side.
It was poking him, I'm sure.
It. He's just more confused.
I don't remember how mine was gifted. I guess I woke it up and it was there. And I woke up with mine next to me.
Bodav is still trying to process just a sword just randomly stabbing its wielder.
It's not a sword.
It's not a
Oh
sword.
no, it's a. I'm gonna show him the fork.
It's a golden fork.
It's a golden fork, kind of humbly, sort of like a hand carved sort of thing.
Right now, it's a spork.
You. What? He's even more confused. He thought it was like, oh, I was just like sword that just randomly stabbed me for no particular reason. He's now more confused if it's a fork.
Actually, this brings up something I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna find like a piece of wood or maybe a piece of raw rabbit or something, and sort of stab the fork into it, and then turn it into a spear.
Okay. What are you
What
trying?
happens to the meat?
It stays on one of the prongs.
Oh, just on one of them? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like some terrifying, like tearing thing where the prongs like widen it into some like unsuturable hole.
No, it just becomes the a spear trident thing where it grows the other way, away from the meat.
Spospo orc dent.
Spork
God
it. Spork it. Anyway, any thoughts on the last stream?
Could I roll maybe an insight check or maybe
Investigation.
perception? Okay. That's not gonna go well.
Went well enough. You figured it's somebody else who has an important weapon. Or an artifact. Who also might be on this layer of Earth.
You rolled a 10.
Yep. Did y'all hear me?
Nah, what?
Oh, I said it could be that it's somebody else who has an artifact just like you guys and is also on the same layer of Earth that you guys are at.
Ah.
So we need to be on the lookout for someone who is gratuitously violent.
Somebody who wants the ours.
Let's see here. If we have 2 days before we head back into the city, would it be possible to go talk to Rugmuck about the war?
You can.
And anybody's feel free to tag along. We're gonna go see the Bubble Man.
Yay!
The Shindo's gonna stay. He'll let you do the talking. He'll let you guys do the talking. I think I keep pressing the wrong button.
Okay.
Okay, you go. It's now daytime. You'll go, and he's like, I'm still working on your bubbles.
That's fine, Rugmuck. I actually. Is it just you in this shack?
Yes.
Looks around to be sure.
Yes, it's just him.
I told you about the spear that I wield.
Yes.
That story seemed to move you. What do you know of this war? Of the past?
The dragon. The dragon was forced down here. And torn into parts. And he like kind of waves at your spear. And they go to people who changed the world, per se.
Mind if I ask how many parts?
They're powerful. Every time they resurface, it changes the world.
How many parts were the dragon torn apart?
I don't know. Lots. Some.
Well, maybe at least 5. Maybe 6, if not more.
He when you say 5, he's like he's like, I guess. He doesn't know how you came up with that number.
No, she was throwing maybe 1, maybe 5, maybe 50.
Oh, okay.
She was throwing a whole bunch of different numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She knows that they all have at least 1, so there's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the dude with the scepter.
Mm-hmm. That was 5.
Yep.
Because Bodav doesn't have one yet.
Yeah.
So the dream I had of the war in the water was after this spear?
Oh, that war. That's after the dragon came down. The spear was made shortly after, and it turned the tide of the war.
Were you part of that war?
Yes and no. I was very young. Insight into that. 9. You don't know how a species ages.
Ah, no shit, Cam.
I assume since you're still with us, you were on the winning side. Or at least your family was.
We were on the side of
Survival.
survival. Yes, survival. We survived on both sides. Let's just say.
So if the war was already going on and this spear turned the tide, what was the war over?
When the demon and the Lord died together.
What was it being fought over? Just land?
Well, the entirety of the ocean.
Of course. Of course. Right.
My family and I fled down here shortly before it ended. It became gruesome.
As wars are. She's just leaning against the staff and just listening.
So, any other questions?
He'll ask about currency, because we had, yeah. So I know you had discussed that gold runs the machines better.
Correct.
What is a more common form of payment
Shells.
within the city?
Shells. I would equate, I guess, a gold would be a shell. Or something like that.
Right. Well, I thank you for your time, Rugma.
Of course. Thank you. I will be going back to working on your bubbles, but if another war happens, I'll be on your side.
It's appreciated.
You're welcome. Also, good luck with that spear. Hope it doesn't lead you the same way it left the last wielder.
That is a fate I'm trying to avoid.
Okay. So you guys wait a couple days. Anything else before we sign off?
Nope.
I'd like to gather shells.
Unfortunately,
Exact same thing.
unfortunately, there are no shells around to be gathered.
God damn it.
Avar will probably spend at least a day or two trying to collect ingredients that will survive being salt cured.
Okay.
And putting them in the salt sack.
Okay. Wait.
And Essie will start working on being depressed, and she will glare at Avar.
Okay. Y'all go to sleep. You get ready for the next day, which is the day of.
Oh,
Bodav. You
Yes.
wake up. There is a glass bow next to you. And that is where we'll end it.
good game, guys.
Good game.
Yay!
Oh, I need to find
Boo.
Ouch. I'm gonna go ahead and take off.
Okay.
Good night.
Yeah, it's
See you
late.
tomorrow.
Uh,
Yep.
Bye.
I need to go to bed too. I've got
Yeah.
farmer's market tomorrow, so